We're Silk Jammies, and this is our song, Enjoyers.
Hell yeah! No, first of all, every promo video I see is the best piece of master art and creativity I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
No, 10 out of 10. The leprechaun joint, just standing in the backyard, y'all just bullshitting. Everything y'all ever done has been a masterpiece.
My favorite is just the punch through the wall.
Yeah.
Explode. That's my favorite, man.
Yeah, man. All right, my bad. For audio listeners out there, hi, my name is CHRVNS.
Hi, I'm OVRTHNKR.
Oh shit, we have a different host today. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Vinny OVRTHNKR was on the podcast about a year ago, and he's filling in for Tim today. Everybody say we love you, Tim. 1, 2, 3. We love you.
We love you, Tim.
But today we have a dynamic duo, one of the greatest combos of all time. These motherfuckers just know how to throw a party. They know how to lay it down and go crazy, and they know how to be the most entertaining motherfuckers I've ever seen. Y'all make some noise for Silk Jammies.
Silk Jammies.
I was trying to be in sync with you as in sync they were when they did their promo.
We gotta work on that.
Sync,
It's a tough bar.
I'll tell you what.
Gotta work on that. Damn, it's a lot brighter than. So how y'all doing today, man? Damn.
Man, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Good.
You just got back from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Got some sun?
A week ago almost.
How long were y'all out there?
Like 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice.
Solid weekend.
And you guys were doing what over there? You guys were...
We were DJing our friend's wedding. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And for the people that don't know, what was Silk Jammies and what the Silk Jammies do?
We're Silk Jammies. We're electronic music DJs. We
do
based out of Bellingham,
festivals, we do
Washington.
clubs, we do weddings.
Oh, yeah, he's
we
got
do
it.
it all.
Call right now, this number.
Call 1-800-SILK-JAMMIES.
Boom.
Dude, that's sick. So you guys do performances because you make your own music. You do weddings as well. So like, what's the balance between like everything you guys do? Do you do more shows? Do you do more wedding bookings? Like, how's that flow for you guys?
I think we would mostly do shows. We started off doing like clubs and everything like that. And then it was like right when we started, our friends just all started getting married. Oh. And so they were like, hey, like we have a wedding coming up. We're looking for a DJ. And we're like,
it worked out.
Well, we're DJs. So we played a couple friend weddings like 2 or 3 years ago. And then just after that, it was all kind of word of mouth. Everyone hearing about us.
Sick.
Okay, let's go back to the origin. Give us the origin story.
Yeah.
What's the villain arc?
Tell us the villain arc. So how'd you guys get to DJing weddings, doing shows, and everything that you're doing, or doing shows primarily?
Yeah. This started as like a COVID project, and originally it was like we were gonna start working on producing music, and we met up once, and then after that, we were like, after the meeting, we were like, well, what about DJing? Because that honestly sounds like way better and more chill.
Yeah, I like just bought a DDJ 400.
Yup.
And so he comes over. And we're like messing around on like Logic, and I'm like, well, I just got this controller. Let's like fuck around on this for a little bit. And then like immediately we were like having like a blast on that. So then we just kind of like fucked around with that for a bit. And then it was like a couple months after that, our friend was like, hey, come like play our like birthday party we're having. Which actually they're having their third, like, I think it's what's
like annual bash.
I think this is like the fourth one.
Yeah.
But only the third one that we
But like,
played.
what's the sign? What's the sign?
The sign?
Yeah, because it's
Oh, the Gemini party?
Yeah, it's a Gemini party. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're like the sign. I was thinking astrology.
I was
yeah.
It's
It's the fourth annual Gemini party.
first of
So
all,
that's beautiful for DJ because that means guaranteed every year, right? You know?
Exactly. they're gonna have a
fuck
birthday
that.
every year.
I want to be invited this year.
Yeah.
I want to come turn up.
It's a tight guest list. There's a talent show. Do you have a talent? Like, there's going to be a talent
There's
show.
gonna be a talent show.
Awesome.
Give me the talent show.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I'll juggle.
All right.
We got you.
I'll juggle.
Yeah. That's so sick.
Yeah.
So you guys started basically going back and forth, just like, so, because you do production as well. Like you're saying you do Logic and then you, so are your efforts like, do you feel like the core foundation where you guys come from is like more DJing, more production, kind of balance of both?
I think for us it's a mix.
Yeah.
You know, DJing kind of like took over for us because that was something we kind of like we got really into right away, and like we kind of looked at that as like a really easy way to start booking shows and kind of getting our name out there. And then once we kind of had our name out there, we were like, all right, well, let's circle back to this like production
original
thing.
ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you got to show the people your
exactly.
stuff, right?
Show them what you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
What has been like one of your favorite experiences doing shows, or just one of their favorite locations to perform?
Oof, I don't know. Tune-up?
Tune-Up was
pretty
lit.
sick.
Tune-Up was
Yeah.
sick.
Dude,
Tune-Up
you guys
was lit.
were sick.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was lit.
It was
was
really
pretty
hot,
wild.
but like that was just such an amazing experience, just being up there on the stage, just looking out there and just being like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just want to say how amazing it is that like all us four here, local podcast, local community, like we all got to go to Tune Up and see you guys. Like that's so sick.
That's how y'all was lit.
Yeah.
So, let's get down to business.
Business time.
What's the weirdest show experience you ever had?
Ooh.
Oh, dude. Okay, actually,
I knew it.
last year, we did this T-Mobile like executive party.
Wait, you talking about like the call center thing?
No, not the call
No,
center.
it's in Seattle. It was actually in
Oh,
an
like
airplane
Bellevue?
hangar.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
in like
whoa.
the CEO's like.
So it was like Bellevue,
Private jet
T-Mobile
hangar.
corporate, like
They
whole
booked
thing.
and booked y'all.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like in like the Boeing airfield.
Oh, dang.
Up in Everett.
Do you know anybody that works at T-Mobile?
No.
No, we had
Well,
a.
they do now. That's us. We both worked at the call center. So.
Yeah.
That's
That's why I was
so-
curious. Like, hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, like how did we get that again?
We have an artist friend from Heavy Bloom. They were also gonna play there, and they hit us up because the venue needed a DJ, and they were like, "We want Silk Jammies." And they had some scheduling conflicts, so they couldn't do it. But they still hyped us up, and we got it. So it was just us.
Sick.
So, yeah.
How, do you know how they found you? Like, or did you guys like just pitch
Well, it's like our
yourselves?
friends, yeah.
Oh, you said Heavy,
Yeah.
Heavy Bloom. Okay, that's right. That's right.
Shut up and listen, bro.
You're right. Hey, this is my first time. I'm just practicing out here. You know?
Practice makes perfect, baby.
No,
Don't worry
but
about
well,
it.
I wanted to lead in because the thing is, in terms of finding you guys' social media is like hilarious, dude. You guys nail it. Like, how do you guys like come up with the silly ideas? You guys just like riff and just be like, all right, hit record. Like,
Is
let's
it
see how
improv or is it scripted?
It's a little bit of both. I
Little
feel
bit
like,
of both.
yeah.
That's a
I
fair
feel like
one.
some
Loosely
ideas
scripted.
are really hitting, and there's like, we're making that video in like 15 minutes.
Here's our bullet points. All right,
Yeah.
let's start.
Yeah, but I think we're both just like very natural like riffers, especially together.
Totally.
Like
I can see that.
It just comes
I can see
together
that
pretty
for
quick.
sure. Easily.
I feel like the way that you guys do it, it doesn't seem you're doing that like corny thing, like that funny corny thing, but you're like, you're doing it, and so it really lands.
Definitely like leaning into it a bit. Yeah.
Totally.
When it comes to skit shows, what's y'all's favorite like skit shows?
I
think you should leave.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
think you
definitely
should. Anything
think
with
you
Tim
should.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Huge fan
I
of.
think she is the winner.
Yeah.
We actually like just started watching. Well, I started watching Detroiters.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, and he
I
like
just
hit me
started watching
up to start watching it. He's like, "Yo, I think this is us." Like in another life.
I can see. Actually, yeah.
It was a little weird, and I was like, "Whoa,
It's too close to home right now. We gotta
This
chill.
is our marketing for our Instagram, but yeah, instead of this big company, it's just us.
It's
No,
just
because
us.
they do marketing, bro. In the show, they're doing
do.
marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's
God damn, I
hilarious.
didn't think about that.
Hell yeah.
Y'all are Detroiters. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, music lovers. Want to be part of something bigger than just another music app? Check out SubJam. It's more than just streaming, it's a movement. Founded on the spirit of DIY and grassroots energy, SubJam is here to support music communities, promote free and open content, and help artists fill venues. You remember the episode where Jordan from SubJam came by and we went through the app? You gotta check it out ASAP. They're looking for passionate people like you to beta test their new iOS app and help shape the future of music. Join them by visiting subj.am/beta today. Let's make some noise together. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it, just to reality. From there, book your session today, unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint. And welcome back. Where y'all from? Don't say Detroit, I swear to God.
I was born in Louisiana, but I moved up here when I was like a toddler. So
Okay. But you still
see
from
that
it, you can
here.
still claim it.
yeah, I still got that in
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm originally from Pennsylvania, but I moved to Tacoma like right before middle school, so I've been out here for a long time now.
How was Tacoma? How was growing up in Tacoma?
It has up and down. I like Tacoma, but
I fuck with Tacoma heavy. Everybody be
Bellingham's
Yeah. I'm sick.
chiller. It's better. When I first came up here to visit, I was like, whoa. It's like I could be living in Bellingham, or I could keep living in Tacoma.
True.
So what brought each of you guys up to Bellingham? Because you
yeah.
ended up to Bellingham. Was it family? Was it just like curiosity?
Yeah, my dad moved us up here for like work because he was like a welder. And then there's a company here in town called Haskell. That
I know Haskell, yeah.
They're like a pipe fitting company. So
Sick.
he worked there for a while, and I just stuck around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a free ride. We up here
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Just kick it.
My grandma just passed away, and I was just like looking for a change of scenery, and I had some friends that were going to Western, and they were like, you should come up here and visit. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, oh, okay,
wait.
all right.
Getting out that,
It's pretty chill.
doing that transition period and just kind of finding something new there.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So each of you guys, very talented musicians. I love your music. It's just like such a good, I can tell you guys are obviously really good musicians, but you channel your energy into this like fun, party, goofy
Very intentional
thing.
too.
Very intentional. So like if you guys could explain like what are your guys like backgrounds from being like a kid and working yourselves into music?
What got you into
What got
music?
the juices flowing?
Was you just I'm gonna try it out and you was just good at it like some people be, or you was like, nah, I practiced my whole life, or you was just because you had the flavors, you had the ear, you had the taste.
I don't know. I feel like I remember being a kid with blank cassettes and like listening to the radio and like trying to like curate my perfect like
Are you
little.
ripping like the songs when they're playing?
Oh yeah, I'm hitting
Yeah.
record.
Yes.
I'm like listening and like they're announcing that song and I'm trying to hit record like right as it's. I don't want
And then
any
you
of
still
that
got hella
announcers.
but you
in there.
still get talking in it, bro.
It's so hard. Well, you don't want to miss like because you can overdub that, but like missing like if I missed that even like 0.5 of that first song, it's trash. I
wait another hour to play the game.
Ruined.
Yeah, I remember trying to get "Hot in Here" by Nelly. That was I don't know. I was always just turning to the channel like while I was already playing. I was just like no.
So were y'all big on like the Limar age and shit?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely came up with that.
Oh yeah.
I had LimeWire. I had like Kazam.
Oh,
Like, even
Kazam.
like I was like super young, but Napster for a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Napster.
Yeah, no, I never got Napster. It was always LimeWire and then stupid ass sites. I definitely messed up a bunch of my parents' computers.
Oh, same, big
Yeah,
time.
just download a hella shit. I did not have sexual relations with that.
Dude, yeah, the way you found music was like way crazier because like you only had access to it on the radio and just had to come up and you had to find it, or you had to go to like I don't know, library and burn a CD. That's what I did.
I remember doing that.
Or like AOL. Were you ever getting like AOL CDs? Where, like,
yeah, that's
where, like,
right, with the AOL logo on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like AOL. Like I feel like they'd be like in magazines, and they're like they come with like a subscription, so like you can like try out AOL, but they're also like we're gonna give you this CD, and like some artists are like giving shout outs on it. Like there's like Missy Elliott was like you're listening to the AOL. Like I don't know.
Here's the top 10 hottest
I
AOL
was
hits
blasting
today.
that.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Now CD, but like
Yeah.
AOL sponsored. And I was,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
shout out
remember-
now.
Yeah,
I
shout
remember
out
like,
now.
what was it?
Shout out now.
PlayStation Magazine used to always have like a demo in the back.
Yeah,
so like,
same
that
thing. Same thing.
Forgot about that. So you were doing. So you're just like finding cassettes, ripping stuff. Do you have an instrument you started playing on like first time or started?
Yeah, I
like,
played trumpet for a year in elementary school, but like after when you get to the second year, they were like, "Okay, change your breath," and I was like, "Change your breath? Like, what do you mean?" Like,
what you mean?
I feel like
you're like
killing this,
embouchure, bro. You're like, I don't know those syllables.
my teacher just wasn't explaining it well, and they were just like, "Change your breath," and I was like, "Dude, I've been breathing the same way for like 10 years. I don't know, I don't know what you want from me right now." So then I switched to just the snare drum, and I was like, "No breathing, easy."
Let's go, dude. I did percussion in junior high and stuff too. So like, I love that. Was your favorite part of it just like standing for like 64 bars of rest and just waiting because you couldn't sit down when you're playing?
No, I
it?
hated that. The waiting
That's the
was
worst, bro. No,
that made me anxious.
You're gonna hit this one hit. Yeah.
It's all about the roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. And then you started, so then did you get into like digital production a little bit after that sort of thing?
So like that was like at my small Catholic school, so it was just snare drum. And then when I moved to Tacoma, it was like bigger percussion sections, and it was like that was like my first time like doing a drum set or like seeing a xylophone and things like that. And I feel like I was like kind of clowning on those instruments at first, but then I was like, ooh, that xylophone, that's
That's a soft ass
kind of
instrument
hitting.
right there.
Totally.
That's
So
kind
you
of
just
hitting.
liked how everything pieced together, and you're like, I want to figure out how to kind of do all this and put it together. Hell yeah, dude. Well, fuck yeah. So, what was your experience like? So, did you do band in like high school? Or
Yeah, in elementary school, I did violin for like.
In elementary, hold on. Y'all keep saying elementary school. What's elementary school for y'all?
Like
Oh yeah, good question.
K through fifth.
Yeah, mine was K through 6.
Okay,
six.
so that's what I thought.
Fourth to sixth grade.
Yeah,
Fifth
same.
grade, we never had like a band. I grew up in Georgia, so it was always just like you had bands starting sixth, like 6, 7, 8, like in middle school.
Yeah.
No, once you got into third grade, you could start doing bands. So I
We
was
had
Third grade.
We had
Yeah, we had
drums.
fourth
Dope.
grade. Third grade's crazy though.
Our
Yeah, I
music
had, like,
program
a music
sucked.
class.
and it was like during school, so you like leave your regular class and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go do band. So it's just like, wait, so I get to leave class and then go play an instrument, and then come back and be like,
sick.
oh, were you guys learning stuff? Yeah, I was playing an instrument.
Yeah, sorry.
I was vibing. I was doing the thing.
You're tapping on your guest right. Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
it's pretty
that's
cool.
crazy.
I'm doing my paradiddles, dude. You know,
I'm kind of mad, bro.
Timetables? Nah, I don't really know those.
timetables, paradiddles. Hell yeah! So you did violin?
Yeah, I did violin for
Sick.
3 years.
Wow, I feel like you don't strike me as a violin player initially, so I like that as like a fun fact.
It's like a little back there origin story, but yeah, I did that for a while, and then when I got to middle school, I tried to play basketball. I thought I was going to get into sports, but that was not working for me. But I stuck with music outside of that, and actually I used to make a bunch of burn CDs for my brother and I when we would go snowboarding, and this is kind of like.
Are you telling me you snowboard with a whole ass Walkman in your pocket?
Oh yeah, I put a walk. I had a big coat and it just
Bro,
had
the whole time it's going skipping.
No, it was like I got it at Costco.
The non-skip one.
The non-skip for a couple months. I don't know. But I would make those CDs and we'd play them in the car on the way up to the mountain. And low key, I got really even more invested in DJing. Or at least this is kind of like my origin story to it, because I made a CD for my brother once and we were listening to it on the way up. And it cut from I think it cut from Incubus to The Far Side or something like that. And my brother was like, "What are you doing, dude? This is terrible DJing, switching genres like this." And I took that to heart. Like, I was like, no.
You don't understand, man.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna show you how the through thread works there, because it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, that's sick. So did you get into after doing that, where you like wanted to start playing around in production or DJing? What kind of sparked your journey now?
I didn't really get into like production until probably like the end of high school. But like both my parents are like very music inclined, so they were pushing really hard for me to play violin. And part of why I quit was kind of like, I don't know, a little bit of that like teenage rebellion coming on, where I was just like, you're telling me to do this, but I don't want to.
No, damn well you didn't want to.
I did. But yeah, when you're like just trying to be like
someone tell you to do it, you want to do
anti-establishment or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But then still that music bug was like it stuck with me. And then eventually my friend, a really good friend of mine, he was like in a ska band, and we were both really into ska. And
the rare breed of ska, dude. We
shout out ska music.
Dude, shout out ska. I had a ska phase too, bro.
But yeah, he introduced me to this program called Reason.
Fuck that.
No,
dude, he's using Reason still.
Look, all right.
Still.
No disrespect.
Reasoners, what's up?
Team Logic.
Reasoners, go to bed.
Get some Logic.
Get some Logic. Get some Able.
Reason is fun for the nerds because you want to tweak knobs and just like make a change.
Dude, that's what I love about it. I just look at the knobs right there.
Why?
As a DJ, I love the knobs. They're right there.
So how long did you do Reason for then? Before
Still.
I'm still on Reason.
You tweaking, bro.
Yeah. Okay, you know Reason has a plugin though too. You can put into DAWs, so you can use Reason in Logic.
So that's because he's a Logicer. I'm a Reasoner.
He's logical.
Logical or Reasoner?
But also, I'm not a Mac person, so I don't
respectfully.
I don't have Logic on Windows, so Reason's kind of it. But yeah, definitely, I would love to like plug into Logic with Reason. But right now we're kind of just going back and forth. Like he'll come over and learn Reason with me for a little bit, and then I'll learn Logic, and then we'll just kind of like be like, oh, okay, and then
Which one you guys feel? Which one's easier?
I mean, I'm gonna say Logic because
I would also say Logic is easier.
We got him, folks. We got him,
bro. No, honestly, like I think I went to like FL Studio and then went to Ableton. And it's just like, whatever works, man. It works with your brain.
100%.
Y'all remember Mixcraft?
No.
Mixcraft, no.
Damn, I was a cheap bastard. I went from FL to make the beats and Mixcraft, Audacity and Mixcraft to mix the lyrics. And then I finally went over to the GarageBand, upgraded,
Remember Cubase?
I do, yeah. I think that came with like, I don't know, I bought like a MIDI.
Yeah.
It comes with a lot of like MIDI keyboards, that's right, yeah.
It's so funny.
I messed around with that for a little bit, but it didn't stick.
Whatever you do works, man.
Yeah.
What's your dream destination to perform at? You already did Hawaii, so you can't say that.
I feel like I texted him the other day and I was like, dude, Coachella, we got to start
Well, we made that, I would say Coachella. We made like April Fool's a while ago when Frank Ocean was supposed to headline.
Yeah. That's great.
You know what? I'm doing Coachella with y'all, man. Forget that.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it all together. We're going to turn that thing up. Bellingham in the building.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah.
It'd just be the corner of like all the people that flew out directly, specifically just to be at that stage from Bellingham.
Yeah.
We're going to be at 12 p.m., 11 a.m.
Middle of the day.
I see like 6 of you guys in Silk Jammies out there. This one's for you.
Have you guys because obviously DJing and like I played in bands and stuff growing up, and so I get like playing to like empty rooms and stuff. Like, do you guys ever have an experience like that where you're like looking at each other like, this is great? This is
I've had so many, bro. What do you mean? Happens all the time. To this day.
Like our first show. First show was like that.
Where was your first show?
It was at the Blue Room.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which, I mean, it did fill out, but like...
At first it was
crazy.
just like...
That was a fun one.
Well, because it was sold out, but then it was just like, at first it was just like, are people going to come to this?
That's always the nervousness when the show first starts, especially if it's the first act. And then I take a big pride in being an opener because you are literally setting up the rest of the show for success.
100%.
You're doing the alley-oop, and the next person just has to come. Boom. If they don't... Hey, I did my job.
That's secretly like sometimes I feel like the opener is like the best spot to be in because you can like set the energy. You know,
Set
you're
the
like, all
tone,
right,
everything.
this is what we're doing tonight.
True,
you know,
true. You can kind of be the definer of the night. For
a little
sure.
bit, yeah.
Totally.
But I think being a duo, like I don't really like stress too hard about like playing to an empty room because like you know most of the time
Y'all
I
still
feel like we're
geeking.
just
Yeah.
entertaining each other. You
Yeah.
know, like if there's no one there, we'll just like that's when we go.
No,
like,
watch this though. Watch this.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. If you guys continue, like, keep that energy, right? Like, that energy is so much more massively successful. Successful meaning, like, emotionally and, you know, for everyone when you do have people there.
Totally.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I just keep a rule of whether it's 10, 1, or 100,000. I always act like it's a million.
exactly.
You don't know who that one person is. Like that one person could be
Change
like,
your life.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's Tap Room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed. It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, you know I love me some soccer. Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today.
And welcome back.
I think of it as I don't know how you guys. Okay, here's a good question for you guys because this is something all performers like have to experience, right? Is like how do
even
you
perform,
guys? Oh, go ahead.
I don't even perform.
Oh, shit. So everybody's got their method, like as they're growing up as a performer, and like how they deal with the like anxiety of people watching, like people are in their underwear or something, right? Like, so do you guys ever learn funny ones along the way, or do you have any things, or do you not even get nervous or anything like that? What would
You tell
say?
me, pause before y'all answer that. Have you ever gone on stage and imagined people in their underwear?
I haven't. I don't have my thing. is
No, I've never done that.
He's trying to get us canceled right now. He's trying to get us.
That's what they tell you when you're in. That's what they tell you when you're
That's
going
what
there.
they tell you.
Yeah,
That's what they tell you.
They tell you.
That's how they try to get you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's kind of a fucked up one.
What's your pre-show ritual?
But yeah, okay. Better question.
Do you have one? Or you just be like, fuck it, let's
like-
go play.
We're usually just like go in there, we're turning the music up loud, just trying to like get in the vibe. I feel like Robo gets a lot of energy.
I do
pre-show.
get a lot of energy.
Not like really jitters, but it's like
Or amped up.
yeah, it's
I-
just
yeah.
like amped up. And
Exciting.
at first I was just like, what? Like I
What-
feel like
what's
the
on
first
the
couple
tweaker, right?
times I experienced, I was like, what's going on? I was like,
you
oh,
okay,
this
bro?
is like pre-show Robo.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's called now is pre-show Robo.
I love that.
Pre-show Robo.
All right, I got another thing. All right, I'm gonna piggyback on that because like the homie Pascal, he every time he ever did a show, Young Thug only Young Thug the whole time. You have like certain music you have to hear before you go off.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like, what are you driving in the car to? Driving to the show by yourself?
Depends
Like,
on
what
the
are you
day.
bumping?
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the day. Like I've usually put on like my on repeat, like and just what I've been just blasting lately.
You know, if it's a big show, I always listen to just like jazz or just very like just
I like that.
droning
I like
music.
that.
So it just kind of clears everything. And then I get there, I start doing jumping jacks, jumping around. And it's like doing breathing exercises. And yeah, it's just, yeah.
Oh, I just cower in anxiety until I have to go on, and then I just pretend. No, I'm kidding.
Dive into it.
But I feel like you guys have the energy of like you come up and yeah, you kind of feed off each other. Do you feel like that helps like the anxiety about
That's got
being
to,
performed?
bro.
No,
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know, you go
Every
out
show.
You know what I mean? You got each other to lean on. You know?
I feel like I would.
Like that's not a party favor.
That's all.
And at this point, I feel like our camps. There's quite a few of us. It's like 3 like friend groups like merged together, and so people were interested. And he was, I feel like, overwhelmed by how many people wanted some. So he was like, "Okay, I gotta go back and I'll come back with it." And we were like,
Yeah,
"All right."
let me
We were
go
like,
get it.
"That guy's not coming back."
Yeah. But then he shows back up.
Damn.
And he like lines up some like sugar cubes for us, and I was like, oh yeah, I've done acid through a sugar cube before. And he pulls out his little vial. Yeah. And then he just takes it and he just squirts it over all these cubes.
Oh my! And we're all just silent. Like everyone there is just like we're all quiet, just watching.
Just like that. Just like bartender pouring shots into the shot glasses.
That's not a single. That's a double. Oh, that's a triple.
Well, they were supposed to be half tabs. They weren't even supposed to be a full tab because I was like I wasn't gonna do it, and then. My buddy Chase was like, "It's just a half tab, dude. Like, don't worry about it."
Light work,
well, they were full tabs, but we cut them up because he poured so much on. We're like, we don't want to take that much.
Yeah. Well, he took the squeezer off and just
just look at the wrist. Look at the wrist. Look at the wrist.
I'm an artiste.
That's crazy. So you guys are all there's a lot of like nervousness. It's because it's always like, how much is this? How am I gonna do it? Yeah. Yeah,
I knew it was a lot, but I was like, it's fine. We're at Sasquatch. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, we're outside
with our homies.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
And there was
fast forward 30 last words. 30 minutes later.
So we like walked from the camp to the festival grounds, and like the whole
it's like
walk
a mile.
there.
It's a mile walk,
Yeah,
so it takes some
it's a
time.
decent walk, you know. The whole walk there, I'm vibing. I'm having like the best time. I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
We get into the security line, and then just like. Like everything like boots up.
Bro, it's always the security line. Dude. Why is that?
Yeah. It was like I passed the threshold and then it was just like it was that for like 10 hours.
Damn.
Of just like wildness. And like so it was not just us, it was like us and like two other friends. Mm-hmm. And I walked in with one of my friends and lost him immediately in the crowd. Oh. And so I was like, oh no.
That'd be me. I'd be skipping off.
You just saw something and went, oh.
Yeah, so then I was by myself for a little bit, and then I saw Jordan like on the mini hill as you come in to Sasquatch. Yeah. And so I just like beelined it straight to him. Yeah, exactly.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then you guys just like chill the whole time, like vibed out, or did you kind of like do the whole little...
You only brought up LCD sound system. Was there a set that like
what?
Dude, trying to get to those sets because it was like we were sitting on that hill and then it was like we had planned out the day like earlier and we were like we want to go to this set,
yeah,
and then we'd like get up to like leave the hill, we'd get on that path and then just like we'd be walking and people were having their little trails and then I was like leading and I just like turned us around and like took us right back up on that hill.
A couple times we're like back to the hill, back to the hill.
We can't do it.
At one point we were like chilling on that hill and from that vantage point you can see like 3 stages.
And so you're like, okay, let's go to that one, I think.
Well, the sound was mixing, so it was like Tim Heidecker. We were like closest to like the comedian stage, so it was like Tim Heidecker.
So, Tim Heidecker was playing.
Did you guys watch Tim Heidecker?
We couldn't leave.
Oh yes.
We're just sitting there watching all 3 shows.
What
at
a type
once.
of comedy to be like.
Oh, it was great.
No, but they couldn't leave. They could like escape Tim, bro.
Because he was occasionally doing like commentary like on the festival too, so we were like, oh yeah.
He would like point out people in the crowd as we're watching them walk by, and we're like, wait, is he seeing what we're seeing?
He's got a vantage point emotionally, so this whole thing is. Dude, that's wild.
Yeah. Wait, how many stages are there?
I think
4?
4.
They can build more stages. Like, you remember Warped Tour days? They'd have like 12 stages there, bro.
I thought it was always just down tripping,
It's the big one stage, but then they
and
can
then there's like a second bigger, like a second good stage.
Because I always assumed it was like the Red Rocks.
That's
what that would be my problem. Like,
no,
they have a situation like that where it's a big amphitheater down.
Yeah, that's the main stage.
Yeah, that's the main
That's why I
stage.
assumed it was. I didn't know there was other ones.
There's other stages. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's so funny. You guys we're watching 3 of the same.
Yeah, it was just we try. I even forget like what shows I wanted to see, but it was just like, okay, I know it's coming up. It's like I got 30 minutes to prepare myself, and it was just like cool, getting up, walking down on that trail, and just like walking for a bit, then just be like, nope.
Yeah, you start walking, and then just back to the hill.
Back to the hill. That's
back to the hill.
That's the thing you want when you're in that mindset, though. You're like, I need to be kind of like vantage pointy about what's everything happening.
100%.
I'm gonna start calling that a reset. Back to the hill. Back to the hill.
Call it reset. Back to the hill. So you guys after that show, you guys hit each other. Was like, yo, that was wild, bro. Like, what was that?
It was like the next day.
We
We
gotta
talk.
I was like bonded to this person.
Yeah. You're like, we went through that. Like, So after that, was that a big point for you guys to be like, yo, you do music, right? Like, you do music, like let's like hang out and like link up. So like, did you guys have when was your like first sesh like together after
The first
that?
meeting.
Yeah.
Well, you had the meeting and then you had the.
Yeah.
I feel like we were brewing for a bit.
a while.
Like we were doing some like app type stuff. Like I feel like he showed me like a oscillator.
Yeah.
And so we were like kind of sharing just like little like small like little snippets and things like that.
You go through the sharing stage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just kind of like.
Speaking of sharing, I need the song before y'all leave.
I'll email it to you.
I know you're
got
still
it.
working on it,
Yeah.
but hey,
I'll send it.
I want it. I'll trade a song. How about that?
Oh, yeah,
song
we
for
can do
song?
that.
You got songs.
Yeah.
We got songs.
We got songs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we'll trade a song.
That's crazy. Hold on.
Damn.
Look, it's mirror.
Yeah. Bro, he texted me a couple weeks ago. And
Planned.
that's crazy. He texted me a couple weeks ago and was like, "Yo, this is gonna be us in the studio next week because we've been making an EDM like rap thing." And he texted me this video of JPEG Mafia and Flume doing a beat.
I see.
Dude, we were just talking about
Beat
that.
right here is whack.
It's trash.
And then we got in the studio the next day, made the exact same type of shots. This beat right here.
So funny.
Bro, but yeah, you know, the collaboration is something, I don't know, for me as an artist, I've been a solo artist for just like really just trying to do things on my own. And you know, that's like a thing that artists want to do a
10
lot of
miles
times.
work better than one, baby.
But exactly. And so collaboration is something that's really healed a lot of the negative stuff, all the thoughts and, you know, things I have about myself. So for you guys, have you guys had an experience kind of like that where you realized like, oh shit, collaboration's the way? Like I was trying to do this on my own. I got to do this with a homie now. Like, has that made a big difference for you guys emotionally, all that stuff?
Oh, I would say for me, it's been like huge because like I am like the type of creator, like I will just sit on like a pile of stuff that I have that I'm like, yeah, I think this is okay, but I don't think I want to share it with anyone. But like working with Jordan and like having a collaborator, it's like as soon as I make something, I'm like, well, what do you think? You know? And
Hey,
if-
nah, check this out, bro.
Yeah.
Export in your phone.
yeah, exactly.
And they can kind of give you that switch either way for you, so you're not sitting like, I don't know.
Right, and it just helps me get stuff out. Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
totally.
even like
honest? Are
working
you
there
honest?
together, I feel like they'll hear like just like one small noise and be like, no, that was it, or like
That
it'll
you
like
didn't even notice.
yeah, it'll help you like just stop from like ruminating or just like spending like hours just like listening to like the same sound and you're just like help you like get on that right track.
Keep it moving.
Yeah,
right. I'd be like, that
Yeah.
was good. Let's
Yeah.
go on to the next thing.
Yeah, see, I'm the one when we I'm the one that'll sit and be like, hold on, wait, bro. Hold on,
He's
this
like, no,
compression ain't quite
hold on.
right.
I was like, bro,
That's me.
leave that. Let's keep add
That's
something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
no,
me.
but I want to sound good before we do it. It's on RMS compression right now. Let me get a peek and then do the whole thing. It's just a little too much. Yeah, but honestly, you're right. Like as a like, you know, technical thinker, and I think creatives, we all are doing the digital artist stuff. Like that ability to just like get the feedback, I think, yeah, it helps a lot, man.
Definitely.
Speaking of feedback, where can people give you feedback? Because you got some shows coming up or what?
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're on Instagram. We're on SoundCloud. Check out Silk Jammies SoundCloud.
Check out our YouTube.
We're on there.
Jammies.
Yeah.
But no
Trying to
shows
take us
booked right
down.
now. Nothing we
Their
can see this summer.
Instagram is hilarious.
We got some
again.
private shows coming up.
Got some more weddings.
So
I
guest
think
list pretty limited.
unofficially, but we might have we got 2 shows coming up
Y'all gonna play my album release
in
party.
in June and July. Okay.
June, July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Wild Buffalo.
Can you talk about them? Oh, you said unofficially.
It's unofficial,
Okay.
but it might be around July
Okay,
4th.
so keep those ears.
4th of July weekend party, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so
Get
how about
patriotic
this?
with us.
Let's make a deal right now.
All right.
Y'all performing for the album release party.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We got 4 of them, but you're gonna be for one of them.
All right. That sounds great.
Matter
Yeah,
of fact, we'll just do the whole wrap up.
exactly.
Before the whole wrap up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that joint you've been working on, you'll have it ready then, right?
Oh yeah.
You better have
Right.
3 ready by then.
Yeah,
Wow,
I mean,
a couple.
we got our Gemini party coming up.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna,
right.
I'm gonna test it.
Yeah, test
On
it
Saturday.
at the party.
Bet I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, there it goes.
All right, so
Yeah.
my favorite thing though, one last thing for the listeners. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is phenomenal. What is one piece of advice that you have for the people out there? It doesn't have to be music related, just any piece of advice that you want to give.
Never give up.
Never surrender.
These nuts. Yeah, this is
Yo.
Shut Up and Listen. My name is Travis.
My name is Overthinker.
We're
We're
so
Silk
jammies.
Jammies.
And you guys stay wonderful out there. Stay hydrated. Stay moisturized. Make sure you go ahead and stretch. Call your friends. Call your family. Pet your dog. Take your dog for a walk. You know you neglected your dog right now. I know you are. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Man. Cut.
Silk Jammies.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen Bham on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.